to deal effectively with his environment.
Okay, so what's the meaning of this global capacity?
Global capacity means like intelligence is not a single capacity. It can include the verbal and non-verbal ability of a person, like reading, writing, kinesthetic, and memory, like the mixture of cognitive and motor movements, and to think rationally, to act purposefully, and deal effectively with his environment.
Okay. So, Shara, can you tell me why it is called global?
So for almost all the functions that we perform, and not just daily life, like in general, some amount of intelligence is required. Like without intelligence, most of the human functions, be it decision making, be it thinking, be it rational thinking, be it performing any simple task, it would not be possible without intelligence. So it's more like all encompassing quality or capacity of a human. I guess that's the reason it is called global capacity.
Any other observation, Pooja? Why it is called global?
So just to add to Seema's and Sarah's responses, one of it could be that it is found across the globe. So it's not particular to a region, it is global in its presence also, existence also.
Anything more? Amruta? Purabi? Anything more? How does this help? How does it help? Okay, Purabi, we understand. How does it help? If I say it is a global, how does it help?
So may I try?
Sure.
So I'm talking specifically from the point of testing. Like when we say the Stanford Binet test or the first intelligence test, the idea of developing that test was to segregate academically bright and people like children who had a scope for development from those who were not really that bright. But when Wechsler came into the picture, he went that it's not just that the written format is how we can understand a person's intelligence, but also performance tests were included that were non-verbal in nature. So what I think Wechsler's point of view over there when he said global was that it's not just academic brightness or the ability to be I don't know, I can't find a word for it right now, but it's like you are more than just the academics, but also like how well are you with music or how you are with other capacities also. So I think in that sense how it became a global concern, a concept from Wechsler's point of view.
Okay, so you have told that is the difference between Wechsler and the Binet-Simon. So can you tell me what is the difference between the two? Because you have mentioned the Binet-Simon.
So Binet-Simon test, Stanford Binet test, it includes more of the written tests that measured intelligence from paper pencil, like paper pencil response format. But Wechsler's tests also include performance tests where there are like block design or other where it's not verbal in nature, where even people who are illiterate can perform those tasks. So even their intelligence can be incorporated. That's what I remember from my master's.
Okay, it's okay. Oh, Dr. Amit. Okay. So, Amit, we are talking about the intelligence. Any idea about the intelligence?
It's about, sir, intelligence. What, sir, means?
What do you
kind
mean
of
by
idea?
the intelligence?
I actually means subjective definition as such I have not gone through because
No, you don't. You do. Whatever comes to your mind, you just tell me.
it's a perception of a person regarding the activities which are going on in the surrounding, how well he can perceive them uh, is, within a fraction of time accurately.
Okay.
Or if it can
What
be
is called
divided.
IQ? Any idea? Any
Intelligent
idea
person.
about the IQ? Amruta? You know. Hello, Amrita. Amruta, please.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes, please tell me.
So IQ is the intelligence quotient that we calculate from the intelligence test. It is uh, from which we understand the mental age and the in relation with the biological age of the chronological age of the test participant. The intelligence quotient that we calculate from the intelligence test. It is
Yes, continue.
yeah, and it has a, as in we understand, it has different IQ scores. So between 85 to 105 is the average we say the scores, and we find the standard deviation of the scores.
There are two approaches, okay, in studying the mental ability. What are the two approaches? Can anybody tell me? There are two approaches for studying the mental abilities. One approach is the molecular approach. Another approach is the molar approach. Okay. One approach is the molecular approach. Another approach is molar approach. Is it clear to all of you?
Second one is what, sir?
One is the molecular approach. Another one is the molar approach.
Molar
Molar
approach.
means total. Molecular means part. Okay. So Pooja, suppose I want to assess the intelligence level following the molecular approach, then what will be?
So at the molecular level, it could be a specific type of intelligence, a specific aspect of intelligence.
Very good. For example,
let's say in the Wechsler battery of assessments, I am
Wechsler
taking
battery includes many things.
Let's
If
say
I ask you
visual
the
spatial.
molecular approach, then what will be?
It could be an aspect of intelligence like visual spatial reasoning.
Okay.
Visual spatial
Suppose
coordination.
I want to assess the intelligence by using only the Seguin form board. Have you heard the name of Seguin form board?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I follow only the Seguin form board, then what will be? Is it molecular approach or it is a molar approach?
So the type of intelligence which it assesses seems to be molecular because it is visual spatial coordination.
Very
but
good.
I'm slightly confused because we get mental age also. So it is molecular.
It is molecular.
Hmm.
Is it clear to all of you or any question? Okay.
So what would be the example for a molar approach then?
Molar approach ways, you are administering ways. So that will be the molar approach.
Okay, so I mean, if we are considering scores of individual subtests, then that would be molecular. And when we are
Molecular.
considering the entire like FSIQ, then that would be okay. Got it, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Now, when we are studying the WAIS 4, WAIS 4 means Wechsler Adult Intelligence Scale. Okay. It includes some subtests. One subtest is similarity. Do you have any idea about this? Suppose I want to assess the similarity. Then what will be the question?
So, for example, a milk and orange juice. What is similar in between these two items?
Very good. Any other? Very good. Any other?
There's similarities between a mango and a banana.
Very good. Similarity between mango and banana. Anything? Everybody, please try. Amit?
Similarity between a car or a bus and a bus.
Very good.
Actually, sir, I think this tests are from psychology. I don't have any idea about it.
Forget about your psychology. I'm not talking about the psychology. I am talking about the similarity.
No, but in terms of that, what VAIS?
No, in your subject is your anatomy. You are expert in anatomy, okay?
Yes.
So if you want to assess the similarity between the two body parts.
Upper limb and lower limb.
Upper limb and the lower limb.
Yes.
So what is the similarity between the two?
Upper limb are having fingers. Lower limb are having same structure like toes there.
But that is not the similarity, that is the difference.
But here, like if someone has told milk and orange juice, so what is the similarity, sir? It is a juice. That is a similarity.
So when, okay, so you have to tell that is they are both the body parts. Then, okay, it is okay.
Okay.
Next point is the vocabulary. So please tell me some question item.
So in vocabulary, we can give words like cycle, hammer, and ask the person to describe. We can give examples of things like cycle, that what is a cycle, and ask the person to describe. Hammer, gold, so on and so forth.
Very good. Now, next one is the information. Information.
So in information, we ask the general fund of knowledge, like how many legs a cow has, who were the 3 prime ministers of India, why Mahatma Gandhi is known as father of nation, what is Sanskrit, name any 3 seasons, like that.
So what's the difference between vocabulary and the information? What is Sanskrit if you ask? So that may be the vocabulary, that may not be the information, or it is information, it is not vocabulary.
So usually the items in the vocabulary are things rather than people or places, particularly. Things which have uses, they can be described.
Okay, next one is the comprehension. Comprehension. Comprehension related questions. Can anybody tell me?
So may I?
Sure.
So why do people brush their teeth?
Very good. Amit, can you tell me any question about the comprehension from anatomy?
Why upper limb is called as prehensile apparatus?
You are always very busy with upper and lower limb. Any other?
Anatomy, you told me so that's.
Okay.
So it's about general principle and social situation.
Yeah. It should be. Okay. Now, please you write down what do you mean by the similarity. Similarity means it describes how two words or concepts are similar. How two words or concepts are similar. If I ask you, what is the similarity between geography and history? Can anybody tell me?
Both are arts stream subjects.
Both are?
Both are
Repeat.
subjects.
Sir, arts stream subject.
Art subject. Okay. Anything more?
Both both study in maps.
History and geography. In both, you can find out the landforms. Okay.
History is nothing but geography on wheels.
Okay. Next, you write down the vocabulary. Vocabulary means naming objects in pictures or define words presented to them. Name objects in pictures or define words presented to them. Next is information. It means general knowledge question. Next is comprehension. It includes questions about social situations or common concept. Is it clear to all of you? So now, based upon that, we can get one index. This index is called the verbal comprehension index. Verbal comprehension index. Okay. So there are two broad scales. Okay. One is the verbal IQ, another one is the performance IQ. In case of the WAIS 4, verbal IQ includes verbal comprehension index and working memory index. And performance IQ includes perceptual organization index and processing speed index. Verbal comprehension index includes vocabulary, similarities, information, and the comprehension. Working memory index includes arithmetic, digit span, letter number sequencing. Perceptual index includes picture completion, block design, matrix reasoning. And processing speed includes digit symbol coding, symbol search. Okay, now I am asking you, what do you mean by the working memory? Any idea about the working memory? What is called working memory?
So working memory is kind of like a processing, like a workbench where you, so the information that you are hearing right now, you will process it then and there. It is not like you will just store it somewhere. So it has like certain parts like visual spatial sketchpad, which is for visual and spatial information, and executive yeah, what I mean, all of those components. I won't go into the specifics. Yeah.
Okay, Pooja, can you tell?
So much similar to what Pallavi shared. Working memory is the memory concerned with small amount of information which we hold in execution of tasks.
Think. Sara, Amrita, Farah, can you tell me?
Sir, working memory is more like in the sense that it's a place, a junction place where it's processing the now information as well as the information that we have already stored. It's bringing it at the moment for processing so that the functions can be performed. So, in like already what Pauravi has mentioned, in addition to that, it's like the chopping board. Already we have something in store and we are performing an action. At the same time, we are adding information from the environment through our sensory memory at the same time.
Okay.
It's
Amrita?
a short-term memory.
Hara?
So it is a very it has a very
Sir, it's
limited
yeah, short-term memory, sir.
limited capacity.
Okay.
Yeah, we call it
Amrita?
short-term.
I
Yeah,
think
I said
Amrita will give the correct answer.
I said that, sir. A working memory has a very limited capacity to store the information.
Oh God, Amrita, I am expecting that is evil. So I am helping you. So what's the difference between the forward digit span and the backward digit span? Can anybody tell me? Pooja?
So digit span, forward and backward are tests of working memory. The easiest test to assess working memory and attention concentration.
So which is working memory? Forward span or backward span?
So both.
No.
So
Shara?
forward.
No, Farah, sorry. Shara?
When I thought it was backward digit span to be the
Very
test
good,
of working
Shara. You are
memory.
correct. But why?
So in like the sequence in which the numbers are set, the participant has to reverse it. So they have to store the numbers at the same time, mentally change the order. So for that, like they have to have a strong working memory.
Very good. That means the manipulation is there. For that reason, backward digit span will represent the working memory. Okay. Arithmetic also represents working memory. So, Amruta, why arithmetic is related to working memory?
I'm not sure, sir.
What I have told just now?
It means manipulation. It includes
Yes, manipulation. In arithmetic, there is a lot of manipulation. Okay. Sometimes you can solve the problem by using the multiplication, whereas the problem is related to the addition. But you can solve this problem by using the multiplication. So therefore, this is also the working memory. Now I am coming to the another one, that is performance IQ. It includes perceptual organization index. And the first one is the picture completion. Can anybody think about the picture completion? What will be the task for picture completion?
So in picture completion, there are different pictures and every picture has one part missing. Let's say there is a picture of a coat and the buttons are missing. So the person has to detect.
Very good. Next one is the block design. Porobi? Hello, Porobi.
So you have to, so what should I tell you, like what that task includes or what it measures? Okay.
Yeah, no,
So,
what task?
so you're given for example, 4, 6 or 9 blocks, and you are shown a design that you have to arrange those blocks in. They are red and white in color. So you have to arrange them into the design that you see, and it measures spatial intelligence.
Okay. Spatial intelligence, fine. Digit symbol coding. This is
So in digit symbol coding, there are digits from 1 to 9, and every digit has a specific symbol assigned. And then there is a row of the digits randomly arranged, and we have to fit in the symbol, substitute the symbol against the digit by seeing the key.
very good. So you have understood. That is why Westland Intelligence Scale is called the global capacity. Number 1, because it includes the both verbal and performance IQ. And the verbal IQ includes 2 index. Similarly, performance IQ includes 2 index. Verbal IQ includes the 2 index. First one is the verbal comprehension index. Another one is the working memory index. Similarly, in case of the performance IQ, first one is the perceptual organization index, and another one is the processing speed index. Okay. So what Pooja has given the example of picture completion, how it is related to the perceptual organization index. How it is related to the perceptual organization. Is it related to the perceptual organization? Pooja?
Yes, sir.
Why it is called perceptual organization?
Because when we see an image, there are laws of laws of perceptual organization, which we can see how the mind uses that. We see the picture as a whole, but also focus on the parts. And then we figure out what are the parts which make up the whole. And the part which is that missing part, we are able to screen. So what makes it complete is the whole, the concepts of perceptual organization.
What do you mean by the perceptual organization? Which theory is related to the perceptual organization?
So Gestalt, the law of perceptual organization.
Gestalt, correct. Gestalt school. And what do you mean by the processing speed?
So
Hello.
processing speed is as soon as we are given an instruction, how efficiently, how fast we can process the instruction and follow. How easy or how rapidly we can fit in the rule to the particular question, like coding. So there is a rule that you have to code this digit with this symbol. So how quickly we can do it. That is why processing speed tests require a time check.
Okay, so in case of the digit symbol coding, time is the factor. But don't you think that is in block design, time is not the factor?
So efficiency, it's about efficiency.
Hmm? In block design, again, we are studying the time.
Yes, sir.
Then why block design is under perceptual organization but not processing speed? Right.
So there is a hit and trial
No, in
involved
case
in
of the
block
block
design.
design, we cannot tell that is now you stop.
Right.
Okay. So that we have not giving any time limit. Okay. Now, what is the correlation between vocabulary and similarities? Is this correlation very high or low?
Hi, sir.
Why, Pooja?
So one thing is that because both of them involve the verbal component of intelligence, and in order to detect similarities, a person who has a high vocabulary, a good vocabulary, will score high on similarities also.
So what is the correlation between vocabulary and comprehension?
It would be positive. They are related.
Why so?
Comprehension is the application of vocabulary. When different vocabularies we can relate together and we can comprehend when to apply what.
That means to comprehend the social situation, without the knowledge of vocabulary, you cannot solve the problem. Right? So
Yes.
what Farah has told, that is why do you use the toothbrush? If you have no idea about the toothbrush, then you cannot comprehend. Therefore, vocabulary is important. Clear? So this is all about the Wechsler test. Wechsler, adult intelligence. Any question, if you have, please you ask me. Is it important to administer ways? And when we will administer ways? Hello.
So there are multiple uses of ways. One of the primary uses is to have a full scale IQ to understand the verbal and performance intellectual functioning. And it is also a neuropsychological test. It can be used as a neuropsychological test also. Then with children with learning difficulties to identify the specific areas of deficits and plan intervention accordingly.
So it is believed that it is a reliable measure of intelligence.
Okay, suppose one student has the problem in understanding the physics. Okay. And the student came to your clinic. So, which test you will administer? Subtest. Whether you will administer the performance IQ or you will assess the verbal comprehension index or working memory, which index you will study?
So perceptual reasoning index.
Perceptual organization is there and processing speed is there. The student is very poor in physics, chemistry. Amit?
Sir,
You tell me which test you will administer. What are the things you have to study? Why the student is poor in physics?
you may not be understanding the concepts, sir.
That means the vocabulary. One part is the vocabulary, similarities. So these things you have to study. Another one, the arithmetic, digit span, letter number sequencing. All those things are very important. But why? Okay, so this thing is very much related to the applied psychometrics. Therefore, you must be very much clear about the index. Now I am asking you this question. When we can think about the index? This is the psychometric technique. Okay, now you tell me. Why vocabulary, similarities, information, comprehension, these four is under verbal comprehension index? And why they are different from the working memory index?
Sir, is it because like verbal comprehension index measures more about the crystallized intelligence and working memory, sorry, digit span measures the fluid intelligence component?
Okay, that may be one reason. Any other reason? Why it is called index? Why do I think index? When we can think about the index?
It is composition of like four different aspects: similarity, vocabulary, information comprehension. That's why we have to think about index.
So is the reason like they can be used independently also
No,
a reason
no,
for
no.
them?
This picture is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now you tell me why vocabulary, similarities, information and comprehension, they are under the verbal comprehension index. And this arithmetic, digit span, letter number sequencing, they are in working memory index. Very easy answer. The answer is these four are highly correlated with each other. Okay. So these four, vocabulary, similarities, information and comprehension, these four abilities, they are highly correlated with each other. So you can calculate the average and that will be the index.
So may I?
Yeah.
So working memory, the things that are coming in working memory, that measures achievement and learning. So that is why these four are under working memory index. Because arithmetic, digit
Only
span,
three
letter.
things are there, not the four.
Yes, sorry. So three things. So these three things
Why?
measures
Why are
achievement and
they
learning.
called the working memory? Why are they not treated as the short-term memory? Why are they working memory? I have already told. You have forgotten.
Manipulation.
Yes. That is the thing. And Purobi, can you tell me the Bradley's working memory model? Purobi? Is Purobi here?
So she's texting to repeat the question.
Yes, the Baddeley's working memory model. Please describe the working memory model of Baddeley and Hitch. Can anybody tell me?
Sir, in working memory model of Baddeley is the phonological loop and visuospatial sketchpad and the central executive model.
Hmm? Can anybody tell me why it is called the loop? Why it is called phonological loop? And how the phonological loop helps in digit span?
So the phonological loop stores the auditory information and it plays it on repeat so that the person can manipulate that information. That's like on loop when we say that way.
Very good. So there are some of the sketch pads. What are those? Yes, Shima.
So that is releases with vision and space.
Okay, so visual sketchpad, auditory sketchpad, these things are there. Okay.
Yes.
So what is the difference between test and experiment?
Sir, in experiment, we have a hypothesis which we want to test.
Anything more?
And that is done in a controlled environment.
Okay, anything?
We manipulate the variables.
Yes, true. Anything more? I have told you, you have forgotten.
Okay.
I think Amit can tell, right? Amit, what is the difference between test and experiment?
Experimental test can be, the test means psychological test, sir.
Okay, or your medical test.
Means investigation. So
Whether that test is
that mainly
experiment or it is something other than experiment.
Experiment is a broad part, sir, where some hypothesis is there, whereas investigation can be a part of experiment.
Not happy. Anything more? Shima, I have already told you. Can you remember? Hey, Farah, please you tell.
Sir, was it in the last class? Sir?
Yeah.
Sir, what I remember is that test is based on upon the assumption and experiment based upon the new things like new
No,
invention. No.
no, 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 no. Shara can tell. Shara,
So
please you tell
tests,
me.
uh, certain tests we have norms on the basis of
Very
which
good.
we
Correct.
compare the
Clap,
results.
clap, clap, clap. I have told now, Shara can tell. Okay. So you have learned many things. So can anybody summarize? Pooja, please summarize.
So, in summary, today we discussed Wechsler Adult Intelligence Scale, which is a battery of tests measuring the verbal components of intelligence and the performance components of intelligence. And we understood how intelligence, the central thing about the Wechsler definition of intelligence, has the global capacity. And that is why the global capacity is assessed at different levels of verbal as well as performance. Then the verbal tests are having two indices, which is VCI, Verbal Comprehension Index, as well as Working Memory Index. And these things are known as index because they consist of subtests which are highly correlated with each other. And the Verbal Comprehension Index similarly consists of vocabulary, similarities, information, comprehension, working memory, arithmetic, digit span, data number sequencing. And the difference between working memory and the short-term memory is that there is an active manipulation. And digit span backward is specifically a test, which the easiest of tests, which assesses working memory. Then similarly in the performance IQ, there are two indices: perceptual organization, which uses the laws of Gestalt psychology, different laws of perceptual organization introduced in Gestalt school. And the tests particularly which are developed are picture completion, block design, matrix reasoning. Then another index of performance IQ is processing speed. Processing speed differs from other indices of Wechsler is that there is a time limit. And within the time limit, the person has to answer. And the easy tests which are developed are digit symbol coding and symbol search. A very similar index of VQ, not VQ, PS, perceptual organization, block design, and digit coding are similar but different that there is no time limit in block design. Scores, the person gets a score as per in how much time the person made the design, completed the design. So in general, these are the four major indices of WACE. And then we also learned about what is the clear, precise definition of the subtests with examples in day-to-day life. And also how WACE and Binet-Simon tests are different.
আমি ক্লাসে পড়াচ্ছি। Yeah, whatever you have told, that is correct. Very nicely, but you have not mentioned one important thing. What is that? Can anybody tell me?
Is it about molecular and Mueller approach?
Yes, very good. So, any other thing?
Difference between a test and an experiment.
Okay, that is true. Any other?
So, why do we consider specific tests under these indices per se? Like, why they are, that is, they are highly correlated, those subtests.
Yes, correct. Very good, very good. So everybody has understood today's lecture. That is good. And now my question is there any difference between psychometrics and applied psychometrics? If so, then what is the difference? If not, then what is the similarity between the two? Amit? Is psychometry totally different from applied psychometrics, or applied psychometrics is totally different from psychometrics? Or is there any similarity between them?
Not totally different, sir. The principles used are the same, but the application part is different.
Yeah,
Application
so
used-
psychometry is the root, right? Psychometry is the root.
Yes.
So without psychometric findings, you cannot apply. So psychometric findings are important, psychometric, and apply means you are designing the program, you are designing the counseling, guidance, training, etc. So that if there is any error in the psychometrics, that you can manage. Okay. This is clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. ঠিক আছে. Okay. Okay, good night. Best wishes to all of you. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.